Welcome back to the 6FC podcast, where we share real stories from creators turning hustle into freedom. And today's guest is the definition of perseverance. She juggled a full-time retail job, built a Shopify business with her husband after bedtime, and still found the energy to show up online. Now she's completely replaced her 9-to-5 income and is working from home with her 2 boys. Jaira, welcome. I'm so excited you're here.
Hi. Thank you, Heather. I'm so excited to be here.
This is such an exciting time for 6FC and TikTok Shop and everything. And you found a lot of success. And I want to just go into that. And I want to know what your life looked like before TikTok. Like, when you think back to a time working retail by day and building a business by night, what was driving you during that time?
Yeah, it was crazy. My husband basically said to me one time, this was like probably at the end of 2002. He's like, you know what? I think that you would be really good at um, selling online and like online sales in some capacity. And when he first told me, I was like, I don't know. But this opportunity came at the beginning of the year 2023 to build this Shopify store. At first, I wasn't that excited about it, but then when we started doing it, we were a part of this coaching program that helped us to learn how to do that. And so we were all in. And my motivation for it was I want to be able to leave my 9 to 5. We have 2 boys, 8 years old and 4 years old. At the time, they were, 6 and 2, I guess. And I wanted to be home with my family. So it basically looked like I would go to my 9 to 5. And with retail, if anyone knows retail, your hours are all over the place. So it wasn't just like from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I would close some shifts. So I would be getting home at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Sometimes I would open, but not really because I told them I couldn't open. But then I would get home, help out with putting my kids to bed, or maybe they were already in bed. So I would miss the whole dinner time with family, all of that time. And then after they were sleeping, my husband and I would go straight to the computer and we would work for hours. And sometimes it was 3 a.m. in the morning. I remember literally my head, I was so tired. I was working on our store and I was like, and my head just nodded and I caught myself, but it would have hit the keyboard. And it was crazy.
Wow.
So that was life for us. But I was so determined. I'm like, we're going to make this work because I am done working this retail job. So that's what life looked like. Very busy. 3 full-time jobs. My retail job, Shopify, and being a mom and a wife.
That is a lot. That is a lot. And you mentioned being up till 3 a.m. some nights. What kept you pushing through that exhaustion, like to get through that?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it was caffeine, to be honest. But it really was the thought of not missing out on my kids and just time with them. They're only little once. And so I was driven by this desire to be able to work from home and not have to leave to go to a 9 to 5. So I would have more time with my children and obviously my husband, but really, really the kids were the main motivation factor. And just like that family unit structure of like being at home with my family, my kids. That's really what motivated me.
I love that. I love that. And was there a moment when you realized like something had to change the way you were living these 3 full-time jobs and everything like that?
Yeah. I remember thinking to myself, especially like late at night or maybe I'd wake up early in the morning and I just remember thinking like it would just be this deep sinking feeling of, is it working? I feel like it's not working, but I'm not going to give up because I'm just one of those, once you start it, like you just don't give up on something. And you hear success stories of other people like, oh, Shopify store and the coaching group that I was a part of at the time. Of course, there were some success stories, so it would just drive me. But I just do remember feeling that I'm like, something has to happen. Something's got to change. There's maybe something I'm missing. And I was just so dogmatic. I was so like, I got to figure this out.
Yeah, you know what? You have to have that motivating push to like keep it going no matter what. So how did you hear about TikTok? Did you already have a TikTok account?
No. Well, the only way I knew about TikTok was from advertising on the TikTok platform. I did not have my own TikTok account, had no desire to have my own TikTok account. I thought TikTok was just like a bunch of young people doing inappropriate dances. Like I never even went on TikTok. I didn't care about TikTok. It was just not even really a thought, except for with Shopify, we had to promote our products, which were these like gift giving things. And we learned how to advertise on TikTok. So we did TikTok, Facebook, and TikTok became the platform where we got the most sales from our Shopify store. So I liked it for that reason. So I was like, okay, I'm seeing sales come in. So I heard about TikTok affiliate program from the first coach that I was a part of, coaching program. They basically said at the beginning of 2024, you guys, there is a loophole method to join the TikTok affiliate program. You guys got to jump on this now because we don't know how long it's going to be available for. So get it. And they're like, this could be a way for you to earn a little bit of passive income to pay for advertising fees. And that was absolutely what I needed to hear because we had built up all of this debt from advertising. I mean, like when I say like by the time we got to in the thick of it, over $20,000 of debt for our Shopify store trying to do this business. And I'm like, this was not the plan. I'm like, I can't quit my 9 to 5 with over $20,000. So that's why I joined TikTok Shop Affiliate. And I was like, okay, I'll make videos. I'll try to sell some stuff. Like, yeah, why not? So that's what happened in February of 2024 is when I joined.
Okay, so you were one of the very first people that have started TikTok Shop because a lot of people started last year at the end of the year, it seems like. So you kind of you had no experience, no nothing, no community, no nobody. You were just figuring it out on your own, it sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, the only community they had was that original community where they were all doing Shopify stuff. And a group of us joined the TikTok Shop Affiliate and we're just kind of fumbling and bumbling it together, not really knowing what to do. But, one person would say, hey guys, there's a way to go live stream. We're like, huh? Like make the videos. And it's like, okay, now you see that live button, push it and like sell while you're live. And we're like, huh? Okay. Like my first live stream, literally, I was on this, what do you call it? This stair stepper thing. And I'm like, woo! And I'm doing my workout. Didn't even know you're supposed to communicate with your viewers. And people are like asking questions and there's like and I see the people joining my live. So I was like, oh my gosh, but I'm like working out. Like, I'm just like, all right. And occasionally I would say, hey guys, this, stair stepper thing is on sale. Like you can get it. My husband was the one who said, hey, Jaira, I think someone just asked you a question. I was like, what? Didn't even know. I didn't even communicate to my people. It was so hilarious. But I was selling them. It was so funny. So funny.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Okay, so then what happened in the summer of 2024?
Yeah. Okay, so I was getting some experience with TikTok Shop under my belt. I was figuring it out. Again, just learning it pretty much on my own. And then one of my videos went viral. And I knew that videos could go viral. It kind of just happened. It just kind of happened. So I'm getting all of these sales that are coming in like crazy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what they're talking about when something goes viral. And I'm like, and I had already been live streaming pretty consistently. So I knew to go live. So I'm selling really well, going live stream, and just the sales were shooting through the roof. I also knew that video replies with comments were a good thing to do. Someone replied to one of my videos, the video that was going viral. So I did a video response and then that video went viral. So within about 2.5, 3 months, I made over $30,000, which is the most money I've ever seen before, like in my life, like in my account, like with me, and it was just, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is really working. Like this is what people are talking about. Yeah. So that's what happened in the summer of 2024. And I was ready to jump ship my 9-5 then. I was like, what? I did it. I've arrived. I'm TikTok superstar, like kind of the, just the arrogance of like, I know what I'm doing now. Like not really, but it just happened. So that's what happened during the summer. Yeah.
Wow. I love that. Yeah. That is so much. That's a lot. So, then I guess you struggled a little over the holidays. What happened next?
Yeah. So I hit that peak. I think my best month was July. It was about $17,000 in that month. Again, crazy. The month after that, it was maybe like 10,000. Then it was another $10,000 month. And then it just went to 6 and then 3 and then barely 2,000. I mean, it was insane how the numbers dropped. Because I went in with the wrong mindset and I expected, because I had done so well over the summer, that I was just going to keep pulling those numbers. But what happened was the product that went viral was at a really great price point. I had a good code for people to use. And once that price point went back up and that code was gone, my numbers tanked because people weren't buying it anymore. And so then I tried to find one other product that I was desperately clinging onto, and it was making sales enough for me. For me to do a $6,000 month is a good month, right, on TikTok. But then when that price went back up, So what happened was there was no strategy. I was kind of left like blown in the wind and just, okay, well now I need to make another viral video. Like I need to strive to get this viral video again. But I was yeah, it was just so it was such a letdown. It was so sad. November, December, and then January, of course, the ban was, about to happen. And I was like, well, I guess there goes my TikTok life. So yeah, but it was crazy how the numbers just went down. And I'm left here like at the beginning of 2025. Like, this is really sad. Guess I'm not leaving my 9 to 5 anymore. Oh, this is not gonna happen.
That's so crazy. That is some good numbers. You have a really great story, and that is a lot of money. Like $17,000 in 1 month on TikTok Shop, even $6,000 a month on TikTok Shop is significant money because it's really, we're not listening to a boss. We're not doing anything. And if you turn this into something fun and you're making $6,000 a month, I mean, that is significant. That is a
Yeah.
good side hustle.
Oh yeah. I mean, we paid off all of our debt in that short period of time, which is exactly what we needed to do. So it was not even like fun money at that time. It was like we just paid off over $20,000 of debt. So we were like, "Oh my gosh, yes." But it was amazing. It was such a good. It's like I got a little taste of what TikTok could do for people last year, which was
Yeah,
good.
that is just so incredible. So what changed after you joined 6FC in February?
Yeah. I mean, everything changed. I went from feeling extremely discouraged and trying to figure out what am I missing to being extremely hopeful and having an understanding and knowing like this is exactly what the missing piece was. The mindset. That was it. Like it was like your my eyes open up and this epiphany, the light bulb, that's what I'm trying to say. The light bulb went on. I'm like, oh my gosh. I heard Jordy say one time, if you don't, I'm totally going to butcher this, but your income will never exceed, your skills, beliefs, and traits, like the level of where you're at. So if you're making more money than where your skills are and all that stuff, then it's not going to sustain. It's going to go up and then it's going to plummet down. And that's exactly what happened to me. And when he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly that sabotage syndrome or what that people have, where you'll start making money and then you're kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I ever made that money. He spoke my whole experience of 2024 and the summer and making all that money and how it all plummeted. That was me. He totally read my mail. And I'm like, that makes sense. And so here I am, February 2025, joining these, morning mindset after watching a Brandon Dean live stream. And I'm like, these are my people. I was like, he's totally calling me out. And I'm like, I get it. It made sense. Automatically made sense. So joining 6FC absolutely was a missing link for me. And I could not be more grateful because once I understood the mindset that had to be shift, once I understood that and it actually started happening, that's why I'm where I'm at right now.
That is so amazing. I think it's crazy how sometimes we get on mindset and it's like you just said, he read my mail. I have had that happen so many times. I'm like, what? How
I
does he
know,
know that?
right?
Like, is he really listening? Is that what this Discord thing is about?
Like something in the atmosphere is picking up on the signals. And yeah, he also said something too. I mean, Jordy says a million little gold nugget things, but one thing he said that also made a lot of sense to me was if you program a game, like a video game, and I have 2 boys, they love video games. So I was like, okay, it's like video game central in my house. If you program the video game to you push one button and you go right, why in the world would you expect to push that button and go left? He's like, it doesn't make sense. So if you're programmed to think a certain way and you've been programmed that pretty much your whole life, why in the world does it make sense that you would do anything different than what you're programmed to do? So I'm like, I've been programmed to think of making money a certain way. I've watched my parents, I've watched, just me in my adult life. And it's just things it's like, it was just a cycle, and it was just crazy because I'm like, why is something not changing or why is it not? And it's like, oh, because I'm programmed to think a certain way. And the program's just going to keep happening over and over again until you get the awareness that something's wrong. And then you have to reprogram and reshift. And I'm like, oh, it was just like so much good information.
I love that. I want to dig into what really made the difference. Mindset, consistency, and all the small daily actions that you keep doing to keep climbing. Okay. So
Yes.
you said that someone in Miami, when we were at the 6FC event, told you don't miss a day of posting. And that
Yep.
advice changed everything. How did you shift your results?
Yeah. So, okay. So again, I just got to go back just a little bit because in March, right after I joined 6FC, because I joined February 2025, in March, I had a viral video take off. And I went from like making $500 in the month of February to making 6,000 in March. So again, it was like I had that moment of like, oh, it's working. It's so easy. I did it. And then the numbers went down. So I was doing BOF. And then in Miami at the event, one of our 6FC members that I was talking to, who has been doing really well and joined the program pretty much when I did, her numbers were just like way higher. I'm like, okay, give me some tidbits. And she basically just said she had not missed one day of posting since March 12th. And it was in July. And now, I hadn't missed a lot of days. I was pretty consistent, but I was not consistent to the point where every single day I was posting my videos. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, okay, something switched. I'm like, every single day, I'm not going to miss a day. And then number two was product selection. So she was just saying, when you're doing your product selection, make sure it's a hot selling product that's sold over 1,000 units the month before. And I was like, okay. So I was already live streaming a lot. That was not, that wasn't an issue. In fact, that was what's keeping that is what was keeping my head above the water, so to speak. But it was those two things, those pieces of advice that I took a hold of at the end of July. And so since that event, I have not missed one day of posting on both of my accounts. And I live stream almost every day, and my product selection has improved, and I test more products more regularly. And it's just that is what has made the huge difference in the past like 3 months.
Oh, that is so wonderful. So how do you stay consistent now that you're full-time TikTok?
Yeah, I mean, it was an adjustment, but I have more time now. Like it's amazing. I mean, I had to figure out best time to film, best time to live stream. My husband is absolutely amazing. I have to say he's so supportive. And so he just has stepped up. I mean, he already was stepping up at big time last year, but even more so because he was super supportive of me leaving the job. So I've just made it work. Like I just do whatever it takes. If I'm up until 2:00 in the morning, which I've done before because I didn't finish filming my videos, and I'm like, I have to finish filming my videos. Like there's no question about it. Like I'm going to do at least 20 videos on each account. And that's just what's going to happen. And it was just one of those, a non-negotiable for me. So it's, if you lose sleep, you lose sleep.
It's only for a moment too, because when you do have viral videos and you've had a few over the past year or so, it's worth it in the end that you lost sleep for one night, because what if you didn't post that video at that time? You never know what's going to happen. And I think being a part of 6FC has helped me also realize that, like, just post it, because what if it is a good video and it just goes crazy?
Yes. Like I did a video just the other day, maybe like a week ago in my car. It was dark. I turned the light on because I'm like, I got to get these videos in. And I did 4 of them back to back, dark in the car. You only see like my head, and it's like spooky almost, And I'm like talking about this probiotic. And one of them is already at 20,000 views. And I'm getting sales every day from that video. It's not like viral, but it is like a top selling item right now in my showcase. So I'm like, what? Like from my dark, scary, like you need to get this video and you're like this product. So yeah, you just never know. You never know.
Yeah, because I mean, I think we're too much in our head trying to make everything perfect all the time. It's like, come on.
Yes.
That's not real life.
That's true.
Sometimes we're in the car filming videos.
Yes. And I think like if we think about it, that's how other people, like we're speaking to other people like us who also are not perfect, who also know, like they don't always want a polished hello, da, 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 and da, 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 da. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes they resonate with that, like, oh, she looks like she's a mom who just had her kids. Like one of our guys in our group, can I say people's names? Is that okay? Yeah. So Better Brian, I was watching one of his videos, and one of his videos, his child is just walking around the background and his wife is going to get the baby, his son. And I'm like, I mean, how many times have I stopped filming because my child came in the background or was walking or had said something, and I was like, oh, it's not perfect. Stop, record, oh, got to do it again. And watching that one video, and I was like, oh, shoot. I'm like, my kids are all over now. I mean, like, of course, I'm like, shh, mommy's videoing, but, or mommy's filming. yeah, that helped me out a lot. I'm like, just chill out, just
It
record.
was just, I'm really starting to I'm loving these interviews because they're super honest. And I think sometimes everybody always talks about like the pretty things and the shiny things and stuff, and nobody really talks about like the shitty things. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
yes.
And I think like having our kids, and that is not like a bad thing, right? But I'm just saying like that's not a perfect moment when your kid walks up and is asking you a question. I have a video that I made on Sheets. I had my neighbor come over. Her son was in his underwear, jumping on my bed while I was making the corner, and she was filming me, and he was being quiet. But in the video, he's like, "Mommy,"
Yeah.
and then like the comments are like, your kid's asking for your help and you're over here, and I'm like, it's not even my
I'm a
kid.
kid.
That's not even
I
mine.
know. That's so funny.
But
True.
like that video has made so much. I have a video where the cat like runs through and act like a freaking lunatic in one of the videos, and I'm like, tap
It's
the orange
genius.
topic,
Yeah. Oh, I've
whatever,
been
that took
live
15
streaming before.
seconds.
Yeah. I've been live streaming before many times because it's at night. But you know how kids wake up in the middle of the night and they just are like, I mean, I don't know if you have kids, but kids like to wake up in the middle of the night, whether they had a bad dream or whatever. And I have a little night owl child who does not like to sleep at night. And there have been so many times where he has climbed up in my lap in the middle of me live streaming. And I'm like, my hands are not very, now, usually it's a faceless, but even then they hear him in the background and I'm like, eh. And then sometimes they'll be like, oh, so cute. And I'm like, okay, let's focus on the live stream, but yeah, there's so much to that being a parent and or having your crazy cat running across the screen.
Right. Well, and I think that makes it real because like sometimes if I live stream during the evening and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get off. My kids just got home, especially on Sundays when my kids, because I have two small kids. Well,
Okay, yeah.
they're teenagers, but I have two of them, and they come in and they're like, hey, Mom, we're back, or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, go make dinner. Or they're coming in
Yes.
talking to me. I'm like, oh, dinner's on the counter. And like the people but that's real life. And I
Real life,
think
yeah.
like I think people relate more to that.
Yeah.
And so, I think that's why these interviews are really, really good. And your story is really good. So let's talk more about 6FC, okay? So you called 6FC your missing link, How did the community help you rebuild your confidence after like being high and then those lows and then high and then low again? How did that happen?
Yeah. Just knowing that I wasn't the only person and knowing that I mean, also hearing stories like Ruben, for example, like he's, he was doing more TOF, top of funnel. And him like having a really low April, because I had a low April too. And I was like, oh man. But he had a low April. You don't ever hear Ruben complain about anything. And he was just inputting and hearing that constant like, do your inputs, do your inputs. And then all of a sudden his month of May and June were like crazy, like over $100,000 because the videos go viral. So it was like just learning like sometimes there is that ebb and flow. I mean, in business is like Jordy says, business is business. There's going to be high moments. There's going to be low moments. Just focus on the inputs, focus on what you can control. And that really helped me and support. Yeah. So more than what people even realize, sometimes it's just the unspoken things or, reading a comment from somebody and being like, oh, I understand. Like that makes me feel better, more encouraged. So the mindset, morning mindset too, being on morning mindset, 100%. That constant reinforcement of support and community is everything.
Yeah, 100%. So what's different about 6FC compared to the last coaching group you were in?
Oh yeah, gosh, it's so different. Now, nothing against those people. The coach was awesome. I mean, sweet man, sweet family, and they're obviously doing really well themselves, but it was not as strong about mindset. There was a motivational component to it, but it was more of like do X, Y, and Z like business wise and not so much make sure your mindset is, I mean, it was mindset, but it wasn't as deep as Jordy goes into. And the support from the community was not as strong because it was like everyone was kind of struggling. We're all like, you need help. I need help. Can you help me? Like, I don't know. I need help too, And then the other thing that was a huge deal is the coaches. There was a team of coaches, but even the coaches were like, kind of struggling at times. And there was a lot of turnover with the coaches. Like you'd see coach so-and-so and then be like, oh, coach so-and-so left. And then coach so-and-so came back. And then and their numbers were not that impressive. And it was hard to get help when you needed help. So yeah, it was frustrating. It was good on one hand, but it was frustrating. And when I had my tank time in during the holidays when I was like, I need help. Like, I'm not doing well. I remember reaching out to the coach, the main one, because he knew who I was because I had had my success. And his response was just like, as much as I love him, his response was like, I need you to stay focused. I need you to just, like almost like pedal to the metal, like stay focused, please and thank you. And I'm like, okay. Like, stay focused on the fact that I keep trying over and over again. And I'm like, there's no, like, nothing's happening. I'm like, okay, so that was not good advice that I needed right then.
I think with 6FC also, we have a coach that fits everybody's personality style. Somebody might resonate more with Coach Ruben as opposed to, Coach Mason, or somebody would have better with, Coach Gabby as opposed to Coach Faith or something like that. All of the coaches speak a different language.
Yeah.
And I think we, as humans, we all speak different languages. And so whatever resonates with us most is typically the coach that we're going to lean towards and stuff. Because I don't think there's one coach that is a professional in every aspect of TikTok. So we have some that do a little bit in every area, but the way they train, they can teach multiple people, So I think that helps a lot too when we have a bigger variety of personalities that are very successful.
Yeah, totally. I agree.
Yeah. So asking for help isn't nearly as hard, I think, when we have like as many successful people and stuff. I love that. So if somebody's watching who's scared to invest in themselves and invest in, growing a business and learning a new skills, beliefs, and traits, what would you tell them?
Nerves are very normal. It's part of being human. I would say do it even though you're nervous, and put the time and effort into show up to morning mindset every day and just watch how just the shifting of your mindset can be huge in terms of the overall change in your life. I mean, it's simple, but it is so profound. So I would tell someone, just step out of your comfort zone and do it. Because my question to that person would be, what has happened that has helped you thus far? Like, what have you done up till this point that has helped you, and why are you here? So if you're here and you're at this point of like, should I join 6FC, should I not? And you're thinking like, oh my gosh, might be too much money or whatever. What has worked thus far in your life? And if nothing has worked, then why not give this an opportunity and a chance? Because clearly there's something missing, otherwise you wouldn't be here.
Wow, I love that, Jaira. That was really good. We make sure we clip that one. Okay, I like that. That was good. You are so right. I mean, nerves are something that happens. I mean, you saw me before we push play, before we push record. It's real.
Before I called you or before I got on, I'm like sweating. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, what if my phone does? All the things that are happening right now, I was actually thinking like, what if my phone doesn't, and it's doing exactly. But you know what? Whatever. You just make it work.
It happens.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do some fast, quick fire, fun questions. Okay, are you a morning or a night creator?
Both.
Okay. First product you ever sold on TikTok?
The stair stepper.
Nice. Favorite motivational quote or affirmation?
Shoot. Biblical scripture. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you and I set you apart for purpose. Jeremiah 29. Shoot, what is it? Oh, crap. This is scripture in the Bible.
The scriptures in the Bible. That's that one. I love it. Okay. A creator you love to learn from right now.
A creator right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like in 6FC?
Yeah, if you could have like a one-on-one with them.
Ooh. Faith. Coach Faith.
I feel like I would like that one too.
Yeah.
One word to describe your journey so far.
Exhilarating.
Oof, that's a good strong word. Well, Jaira, your story hit so many people right where they are, exhausted, in debt, chasing time with their family, but still showing up. You've proved that the path to freedom isn't about luck. It's about mindset, consistency, and the community. For anyone that's watching, if you are ready to learn the same systems and support that help Jaira go from her 9 to 5 to full-time freedom, y'all reach out to us, send us a DM. Jaira, thank you for being here and being such a light in this space. Where can everybody follow you at?
Yeah, I'm at JJ Brothers 0809. That's my main account. And then Sunshine Shop, but with an SON, Shine Shop. So SONSHINE and then SHOP.
I like that name.
Yeah,
okay, y'all go give her a follow. She's pure motivation every single day. And we will all see you next time on the 6FC podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.